Hi, my name is Charles, and today we will learn about the Workforce module in the T3 application. I am logging in with an admin user. Each user is assigned a role according to the profile. We can set the dashboard based on each user, and the module and submodules are available based on the user's profile. The modules like Workforce Management, Demand Model, Scheduling, Attendance, Leaves, Payroll, Tax, Setup, and Security. Workforce management consists of staff information, where we can onboard the employee and assign all the requested data associated with an employee. We can onboard an employee by creating an Add button. The person ID can be manually entered or can be system generated depending on the setup of the organization. Other details like name, job titles, operating unit, location, department, reporting manager, and work schedule. All these details can be provided, and these are dynamic data so they can be created at the time of installing the application. I have entered the employee ID manually. The name, the job title, and the work location the employee is stationed at. The department is associated with the employee, the reporting manager, and the work schedule. That is the time the employee is going to assign for his or her duties. What type of employment, full-time, part-time, or shift worker. And the compensation type will be a monthly pay plan, daily, hourly, or individual pay plan. Similarly, the date of birth, gender or is female, male, or others. Similarly, the payment mode will be cash or bank transfer and then the monthly pay plan. The monthly pay plan, here I have selected the supervisor. So, whenever we select the supervisor, the day of the criteria will be weekly off. So, we can give a weekly off, say Saturday or Sunday, depending on the rules and regulations of the organization. Or you can select a blue-collar job in a blue-collar monthly pay plan. We have a rotation schedule. In this case, we have to upload the type of schedule the employee is going to come in, and the off day also will be uploaded according to it. And the off day will also be uploaded along with the daily schedule. If you see executive pay plan is work schedule based. So, whenever we define a work schedule, whatever off days are defined in this work schedule, automatically that will be assigned to the employee. So, in this case, let's take the monthly pay plan as store supervisor pay plan. So, which has a weekly fixed, rotational schedule, monthly flexible fixed, and work schedule based. So weekly fixed is which day of the week the employee is going to have off. Rotational schedule is the schedule that is uploaded to the system though a CSV file. And monthly flexible fixed is if an employee is assigned 3 days off in a month. Whichever day of the month, he can take that 3-day off. The 4th day he is taking off. If he is absent for the 4th day, then he will be marked absent for 1 day. So, if an employee in a monthly flexible fixed has been fixed for 4 days and the employee is absent for 5 days, then he will marked absent for 1 day. And because in the monthly flexible fixed, 4 days are already assigned to the employee as off day. So, he can take any 4 days off in a month. If he takes more than 4 days off, that will be marked as absent. Work schedule based. Whenever we define a schedule in that schedule whatever off day, we are defining that will be applicable to the employee. In this case, we have taken a weekly fixed. In this employee, we have taken as weekly fixed. And let us assign it on Sundays. Next, base pay. So, for this employee, we had to only define one component of the salary element. That is the basic salary. So, let's define the basic salary as 20,000 and pay process plan. The pay process plan is basically categorizing employee and how we have to group the employee to process the salary. Suppose we want to process the salary on a location basis. Then we can create a pay process plan based on location and attach that pay process plan to the employee. In that case, we are able to process salary location-wise. Similarly, if we want all the workers to be processed together, so we create a pay process plan for say worker, and all the employees who have assigned pay process plan as worker, their salary will be processed together. Similarly, tax code. Tax code can be the tax that is defined by the government. That is new regime and old regime. So whichever tax code the employee has opted for, that can be selected from here. Overtime eligibility. This parameter is passed through the monthly pay plan that we have selected. Here we can change the overtime eligibility. If the overtime is not applicable for the employee, we can say not eligible. Similarly, attendance data required or not required. If it is required to slide the card, then it will be near to click on required. If by default he is marked as present, then near to click on not required. Similarly, other details like time card ID. If in case we are having an ID for time card separate and employee ID is separate, then we need to provide the time card ID here. Else we can use the employee ID also as a time card ID. Same SOS details. Any emergency contact details for the employee can be entered here. Similarly, contact information and bank details also can be entered. So, these are the basic details that we collect for each and every employee while onboarding. So, if you see existing employee like Mike Roberts, we have created a record for him. And these are the basic pay structure components that have been created by the system. We have just given the basic pay salary, and based on the monthly pay plan that we have selected, it has created the other pay structures. It has created the pay structure for the employees. Similarly, document information. All information related to employees. Documents can be uploaded here. Once we are through with our onboarding of the employee, we are able to see the organization chart. This organization chart reflects the reporting structure in the organization. So, this is a graphical form of representing the reporting structure. We can drill down each employee, and further we can drill down at the lowest level. So here, King Stephen is the topmost employee of the organization, and Lex D. Han is reporting to Steve, and Robert Mike is reporting to Lex D. Han. So, we can isolate the individual tree and we can further drill down. We can also see the structure in different format, in tree format, or in network format. So, these are just graphical representation of the reporting. Through Document Center, we can also upload documents related to the employee. We can assign the Document Center application to specific users who are responsible for uploading employee-related documents. And here you can preview the documents of the employee. Similarly, the Workforce Center. The Workforce Center tells you the number of analytical details of headcount, average employee age, male-female ratio, these sort of things. It can show you location-wise employee count. We can offboard the employee when there is an exit of the employee. They can be offboarded through this offboarding employee by adding the employee for offboarding. Click Add, select the employee that has to be offboarded. The reason of retirement may be the reason of separation, retirement, or resign. What is the reason date? You can fill. It's not must entry. Then you have schedule exit, on which date he is going to exit. Then next, here we can also do a self-checkout where the link will be emailed to the employee for him doing self-checkout, which we populated here. And you can save and exit the employee. Click on Business Operations to see the operating units that are there in the organization and what are the work location associated with each operating unit. We have R10, Northern Region, and we have a work location like R10, Northern Region, Regional Office, then we have Gurgen and so on. We have assigned the local user for each work location. Similarly, we can add daily wages into the organization. So, we have to just click Add to add a new daily wager by giving him work ID, which is manually. We have to manually enter the work ID and select the worker type, which is casual agency worker. In case of agency worker, we have to select the agency which he belongs to, his name, what positions we are going to be working at, the position that is suitable for the employee, which location the casual worker is going to work, what is his daily rate, what is his age, gender, and other details. So, he is going to work how many days a week? He is going to work all 7 days, or he is going to work especially 2 or 3 days. And which shift he is preferred to work on, morning shift or afternoon shift. And we just save the record, and the casual worker is recorded in the system. So, the casual worker now can slide punch in his in time and out time in the attendance recording machine. So, in the workforce management, we have covered the staff information, onboarding of staff, and maintaining the information of staff. Operation chart, which is a graphical display of who is reporting to whom. Document center, adding documents to employee. Similarly, workforce center, where we can see what all operating units are there and what are the work location associated to the operating unit. We can offboard the employee. We can onboard a daily wage worker. We can find who currently a daily wage worker and the business operations as to workforce center.